named Western Conference Defensive Player of the Month earlier today, but your impact felt on both ends through the first half of this one. What were you reading that you were able to take advantage of?
You know, just taking what the coaches gave us pre-game, you know, each player's tendencies, what they're trying to do as a team, and then go out there and execute it, have each other's back on the defensive end, and then, you know, just try and go make the effort plays, and, you know, all those show up. And, you know, we had a good first half, but we got to do it again.
You're so humble. We appreciate that side of you as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Kevin, back to you.
Well done, Allie. That's exactly right. I asked you before, is he an all-star?
Point in the season has been about what Shai's doing in terms of the offensive output, the points, and the efficiency that we talked about.
Wiggins picked up the foul. Remember last year about this time, after playing 32 games last season, he missed 39 with the hip fracture. But playing right now and getting better literally game by game. There is a foul. It goes on foul there on post. It's off to Wiggins as they start a bit different here. With no walls, they go inside, and Jalen Williams will put it in with ease, squeezing the trigger for 10.
There's a great pace and tempo with OKC on both ends, though, Kevin. They look like they're playing extremely confident against what the Warriors are throwing out.
J-Dub from the other way.
Right now for OKC.
He leads the NBA and steals a game. Holmgren, long shot. It's a three. Santos has got it. And the Warriors the other way. He's Santos. Quentin posts. Moses Moody.
Moses part of the starting lineup that Steve Kerr has implemented all in December when their offensive numbers took off. 7 straight games where Moses was in the starting lineup with Steph and Jimmy and Draymond and Quentin Post.
At the NBA app.
So the Warriors down 20 now, and this is a night obviously where you got to play close to perfect, and somebody's got to get really hot. And I would say, Kevin, that could be a guy off the bench, but the bench is already in. I think we came up with a good term for this. This is third row seating for the Warriors. That's the guys that are coming in after the bench guys to try to get going offensively. But what a task against this defense of OKC.
If you're joining us late, Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, all inactive tonight. Curry's got an ankle. Green and Butler, Hill, and just worn out. I mean, this is what happens. Tonight, Curry's got an ankle. Green and Butler, Hill, and just worn out. I mean, this is what happens during this time. An ankle. Green and Butler, Hill, and just worn out.
Just not able to knock it down.
Shai making a move. Richard is right there. Played him well defensively. In the corner, Moody. Inside, Richard. Holmgren, 11 rebounds. With his 13 points. Williams drives and scoops it home.
Great body control for Jalen as he made the move around. Richard found a little space and sidestepped Podziemski.
It's Podziemski. Holmgren a rebound. By the way, Holmgren now has got a double-double in 4 of the past 5 games. Really on a tear. Some of the best basketball of the season. Fade away by J-Dub. Williams can't get it. Rebound by Santos. It's Podziemski. Played at Santa Clara. And that's not that far from here.
Santa Clara in 1941.
Post with a nice move. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't say that.
Along with my Uncle Al. But he had a tremendous professional career as well. Played in the original NBA. So Santa Clara, a place I know very well.
Very well. From this area.
That's correct.
This is your, we're in your backyard. And what a backyard. So much history. Golden State organization. It's Post. And the cutting Richard. Step back, Santos. Rebound, Wiggins.
And just nothing falling. 5 of 22 for the Dubs so far in this game.
Jalen Williams outside. Kicking it out. Alexander, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to Williams, and a rebound. It's Santos. And Wiggins will meet him. Cutting, driving, Richard knocked away Wiggins. Trying to challenge him again, and does. And then J-Dub comes up with it. 3-on-2, trailers, wings, Gilgeous-Alexander sneaking inside, and a foul. As they go up, we mentioned this great streak that Shai is on. He has scored 20 points or more in 105 consecutive games. The second in the history of the game. Here's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Especially shooting fouls. I mean, it just becomes insurmountable when you do these kind of things against this opponent tonight.
That's 20 points now for Gilgeous-Alexander. 106 consecutive games. Second longest streak in the history of the game behind Wilt's 126. One of the great things to keep track of in this regular season in the NBA. Spencer will make a move. Shot clock at 4. Payton aligns. Wiggins trying to retrieve it. And Jackson Davis inside and a foul.
Oh, and then really try to get on that horse to get, you know, 5, 6, 7 games above 500.
Right. So Kevin and Brent, 5 in 1 of the last 6 games. As you said, I think 11 of the next 12 at home here. They're trying to recapture that 23-8 type run they had when they acquired Jimmy Butler last year at the deadline. So he's starting to see some signs of that. And like you said, Brent, it's important that Steph, Draymond, and Jimmy are fresh for this homestand.
They go to Holmgren inside, who kicks it out to Wiggins for 3. Jackson Davis the rebound. And here we're watching Chris, this incredible defending champion, young roster, rising stars, a superstar, the MVP. I mean, they've got all the composite. A great steal, and it's picked off. Mitchell got it, and ahead it goes, and Wiggins will finish at the other end. But what an incredible young team to watch.
The #1 rated defense, #5 rated offense, led by an incredible superstar, a humble superstar who empowers his teammates, includes them in everything, and all the other parts are to keep getting better. Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, but SGA this year, Brent, look at this. I was just about to say 50, 40, 90. Yeah. Averaging 30 a game. Kevin, you just mentioned he's in the company with Wilt Chamberlain.
Yes.
So this guy is an incredible player. It seems like he's getting better.
Kevin was making a great point, Mully, as Rudy tries to find some range. This team is reminiscent a bit of the Warriors when you all of a sudden started seeing them come together, see Steph take that step into superstardom.
You see it developing right in front of our eyes, similar to the Warriors. I think for the Warriors, Steve Kerr feels like if they can get to the playoffs healthy and somewhat fresh in a 7-game series, they feel they can.
For the next wave to come in, and that balance is a very difficult dance as they sail in with Mitchell.
It's always tough, Kevin. What makes it even tougher is their superstar, Steph Curry, is still playing at an MVP level. So you want to surround him with as much talent and the right proper talent that he can make a run. Because let me tell you something, and Brent, you know this. You get in a 7-game series, the last guy you want to see on the other side of the floor is Steph Curry.
It's so true. Jackson Davis inside. Holmgren is there with another block. He's collected a bunch tonight. 3 right there, coming off a game where he had 6, and they turn it over at the other end. Wait a minute.
And it was Kevin Harlan won the challenge.
It was off of, here we go. We should get back to the game, you're right. It was off the Thunder, then the missed shot, now it's going to go back.
Bonte Hill, we talked about the one thing the Warriors had to do tonight, which they did last game and show, is make 24 threes. Big number tonight. Got some good open looks, just not knocking them down. And the Thunder are.
They are indeed hitting the threes. 9 now, 9 of 22. Oklahoma City, 5 of 24 3-point shooting for the Dubs. Here comes Horford, chiseling, spinning, double hit.
Well, the task is, yeah, but the task is still here, Kevin. Again, how many of these shots look comfortable, look like you're in a great rhythm? Al's got a spin, knock down a jumper. These look good. Shai in the mid-range wide open, but the work that the Warriors have to do to find the space, and Molly 24, a huge number, to do that, the task against this defense.
Well, this defense, they can switch, but when they do switch, Brett, there's no mismatch. And you saw the contested shot by Al Horford and the separation that SJ was able to get and get a clean look.
15 rebounds by Holmgren, now a new season high. The shifting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the puck inside. Same game parlays. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now and play your game. Wiggins making a move on Spencer. The pump, the drive, and the miss.
Warriors starting off with the zone there in the fourth quarter. A good stop for them.
Santos and Spencer. After joining us late, Curry, Butler, and Green all inactive tonight, injured or ill. And hobbling over there a little bit, Isaiah Joe. Wallace. There's a three. Put in. Nice shot and hobbling over there. Not looking 100% Isaiah Joe. But Cason Wallace has not come back since we saw him hobbling off. And Moses Moody hits a shot. In fact, I'm looking for Wallace on that sideline. Do you see him?
No, he did not come out for the second half, so interesting news.
Kenrich Williams has come in. Allie, we'll get to you in a second on an update with Cason Wallace. Here's Mitchell. A move, a feed, corner, Wiggins, three, tap in, crossing. Allie, what have you heard?
Asking you shall receive, Kevin. Thunder just telling me moments ago that Cason is experiencing right knee contusion, and he will not return.
Cason Wallace, just terrific and starting and fulfilling everything they need out of that defensive guard. A three right there by Moody. Isaiah Joe's got it. In, trying to reward the big man, Brandon Carl, by design.
Well,
and it extends it.
Do your work. The other Jalen Williams sidelined for quite a few games. Brandon Carlson has come in and done a nice job. All-time shot block leader in Utah, but capable shooter and growing in terms of his confidence as to how he can impact the game.
Spencer a three. Jackson Davis the rebound, swiped out there by Carlson, who picks up a foul. Yeah, Jalen Williams, J-Will, is out right heel bursitis. 9th game missed. And there he is, and he is a vital part of this team.
Confidence.
Different confidence, all of it, right?
I would say the one thing, Kevin, that you could point to that is different for OKC this year, and I don't want to get in good, but in terms of the player, A.J. Mitchell, and what he has done, and the addition of what he's done for this team as a backup point guard, as a starting point guard, a guy who can play with Shai, a guy who's steady, makes good decisions as he knocks down the floater. This guy out of Santa Barbara has a moxie and a maturity to him and a confidence this year that has been really a pleasant surprise for this entire OKC staff.
Santos a three, close Wiggins, retrieved by Spencer. And they'll get a new shot clock with which to work. That's a great point. Spencer. Moody, shot clock at 2. Wiggins defends. These perimeter defenders on the #1 defensive team in the league. And they're kind of interchangeable parts, too, which is just so fun to watch. The little guys can guard big and vice versa. And you got a guy like Holmgren who can switch in a lot of different positions as well as a big. And they are missing Hartenstein. A dive inside, a block, and a goaltend counted. Great rides very well with this team as the humility to appreciate what we've done and the humility to know that we've got a lot of room for growth.
One of the coolest things to that point, Kevin, is the fact that he talked about taking responsibility for their performance. He thinks that weakens the core of a team. And I've not heard a coach term it that way and phrase it that way, but I think it's a great way to think about anybody who's in charge of a group of people through the process trying to get better.
Well said. Carlson got it with a beautiful feed by A.J. Mitchell, who is driving. Well, Dagnall is only 40. He took over in his early 30s as the head coach, working his way through the organization. Him and Tim Presti. Here's another drive, another feed, and another flush. Beautiful, well timed. but there are some very interesting numbers, Brent Barry, associated with where they are right now.
Yeah, you think about the Warriors closing that 73-9 season, 4 losses in those last few games to end the season. And look, all the talk, it wasn't coming from OKC. It was coming from specifically as a goal of this team, but early on, very much worthwhile talking about in terms of the historic context of where they were.
Yeah, guys, and I'll just add to the point that SGA recently made about this when he was asked if it's attainable reaching 73-9, and he said the focus isn't on numbers or distant goals. He said, I actually find that way of thinking pointless when it's so far away. Rather, we like to focus on getting better every single day. He says that should be the mindset. It's not that he doesn't believe that they can't do it. He says, but if we
win also against Oklahoma City is 36. So here we go. And outside, Youngblood, 3. No, he is a rookie out of Alabama, undrafted. Youngblood, who wears number 3 for the champion Thunder, began at Kennesaw State, 1 year at South Florida. Spencer triple. Kenrich Williams, the rebound. And Joe.
If it's not easy for the Warriors, and none of it has been, the ones that are open are so rushed, Kevin, tonight. Like everybody trying to get something done for Golden State, and really an insurmountable deficit for them at this point. For Steve, his biggest concern is, okay, how much longer am I going to play Al Horford? He just pulled Podziemski back from checking in this game with the game tomorrow night as Al knocks down another 3 to keep that stroke fresh. But now it's about minutes and maintenance for Golden State to finish this game.
How much do you think the struggles against the Spurs has struck a chord?
And Fox, and they can come at these guys defensively with size and strength to challenge them on the perimeter, and behind is Victor. So it's certainly gotten OKC's attention that these guys are out there, and it's really good for the NBA.
We got a great look at some of the numbers with this team, this Thunder team, and their point differential is one that we really want to zero in on. Post, no. Rebound, Carlson. Carlson's got 10 boards. And there's a shot. Youngblood. The undrafted kid from Alabama getting some time. He's in the company and going to learn about what it means to play with this organization, their culture. Spencer with the 3. He's kind of in that same mold as a great athlete for Golden State and their culture. You know, but the Thunder have tied the best start in NBA history this season at 24-1. Kenrich Williams hits 24-1 start, tying the best ever start for a team in NBA history. They're 29-5 and soon to be 30-5 after tonight. Gary Payton. Carlson another rebound out of bounds.
And if you don't think it's tough, the right and the left, Kevin, to the jaw.
That's right.
After the made 3.
Davis. Carlson got a hand on it and picks coming into tonight, and maybe over the years, over the decades.
Yeah, and for them to improve on what they did last year, and through December seeing that mark, for them to maintain that sort of defensive intensity is going to be interesting, Kevin, because their schedule wasn't the toughest to begin the season. They took care of all the business they needed to, as the Warriors get another lazy pass turnover. The fact is that, you know, OKC has a chance to get stronger, but the opponents are going to be better as teams start preparing for the playoffs. So if they continue on that pace,
those numbers that they just flashed up tell the story. Carlson 3. How about this guy? Huh? He's shooting almost 40% from 3. With Hartenstein out, he sees a little bit more time. They need that presence with his size. Post to triple at the other end. He'll say touche.
that's kind of 2 possessions of where the game is. 2 7-footers who can block shots and be on the inside or be a defensive presence, but being able to step out and knock down threes, both Post and Carlson.
Wiggins a three. And go to multiple positions.
Good to see Wiggins back. Obviously, he's missed a lot of games. Abductor, 11 games sat. Such an integral piece for them. Again, a switchable guy, but provides some instant offense. Can really get it going from the three-point line.
Coming into this one, the champion Thunder had lost 2 straight on the road at San Antonio and at Minnesota. Nice move by Wiggins. Goes inside. Post will whack him.